first sign that something was wrong, she finds this ransom note at the bottom of the stairs. And then what? Does she come find you, or what happens next?
Well, she screamed, and it was, I was getting ready to get dressed, and she screamed. I could tell from the scream it was something was very, very wrong. And I ran down, and she had this ransom note, and it was just a unbelievable thing. And we went, or I think I did, looked, check, make sure Brooke was okay, because his bedroom was on kind of the other end of the house, and he was still in bed and appeared to be asleep. So he knew he was safe. And so I took the note, and I mean, Patsy said, "Hey, this is a ransom note, gentlemen. He's gone." I checked her room, and so I tried to grasp what was in the ransom note. It was 3 pages, and just told Patsy to call the police, call 911. And of course, funny thing, we were criticized for that because the ransom note told us not to do that. Well, that's silly. Of course we did.
Of course. You're going to call the police, and you don't follow the directions of a kidnapper to not call law enforcement.
Yeah. Patsy called immediately. She was standing by the phone at that time, and I was still trying to comprehend what the note said and what was going on.
I'll get to the note in 1 second. I think it's worth reading so that the audience can understand how bizarre it was. Before we do that, I want to play the longer Patsy 911 call, because to this day, even though you've been totally exonerated, people say, "Oh, the parents did it." You know how it is, John.
That'll continue, I just think, even after the killer's arrested and convicted.
Of course.
Percentage of people,
DNA has exonerated you. So it's like, okay. But I, as a mother, you hear Patsy Ramsey in this 911 call, and you can hear the sheer panic in her voice. And especially if you listen to the longer version, which I'll play here, it's soundbite 2.
911 emergency. Police. What's going on? 515th Street. What's going on there, ma'am? We have a kidnapping. Hurry, please. Explain to me what's going on, okay? There's a note left, and our daughter's gone. A note was left, and your daughter is gone? How old is your daughter? 6 years old. She's gone. 6 years old. How long ago was it? I don't know. I just found the note. And my daughter's dead. Does it say who took her? What? Does it say who took her? I don't know. There's a ransom note here. It's a ransom note? It says SBTC. Victory. Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Patsy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God. Please. I'm sending an officer over, okay? Please. Do you know how long she's been gone? No, I don't. Please, we just got out. Is she right here? Oh my God, please. Okay, well, there's somebody. I am, honey. Please. Take a deep breath, please. Okay? Hurry. Patsy.
And that's where she says, "Help me, Jesus." She's in a sheer panic. You were there. All she knew at that point was Jonbenet was missing, because she wasn't in her bed. And you must have been feeling the same, John, just the slow reveal of, wait, a ransom note, and wait, she's actually not in her room. What on earth is going on here?
Well, we didn't know. We knew we believed what the note said, that they have our daughter, and we were not to call the police, and if we did, she would be beheaded. And it was dark, it was cold out. It was a horrible feeling. I tell people, it's like if you're with your child and you're at a department store or grocery store, and you look around and the child's gone, you have this instinctive, just horrible feeling in your stomach that, where's my child? And it's a terrible feeling, and I think all parents have experienced that from time to time when their little one's gone out of sight. You don't know where they are, and that was the feeling we had. And it went on till 1 in the afternoon,
right. And then an even worse feeling came. We've all had that. We've all had that. And the moment of relief when you find your child well is overwhelming. And you kept waiting for that to happen. And you can hear Patsy, waiting for it with the 911 operator and doing the only thing you can do at that point, which is pray to Jesus. Just pray. It's not as you think it is. The note is one of the most important and bizarre things of this whole case. The handwritten note, which for our listening audience, we've put on the screen, and you can see it on YouTube. It's handwritten. It's 3 pages long, as you point out. And I'm going to read it just so the audience understands what you guys read. It was addressed to you, John Ramsey, right, dear Mr. Ramsey. And then it reads as follows. Listen carefully, ! We are a group of individuals that represent a small foreign faction. We do respect your business, spelled wrong, but not the country it serves. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession, spelled wrong. She is safe and unharmed. And if you want to see her, if you want her to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter. You will withdraw $118,000 from your account. $100,000 will be in $100 bills, the remaining $18,000 in $20 bills. Make sure that you bring an adequate size attaché to the bank. When you get home, you will put the money in a brown paper bag. I will call you between 8 and 10 a.m. tomorrow to instruct you on delivery. The delivery will be exhausting, so I advise you to be rested. If we monitor you getting the money early, we might call you early to arrange an earlier delivery of the money and hence a earlier delivery pickup of your daughter. Another grammatical error. Any deviation of my instructions will result in the immediate execution of your daughter. You will also be denied her remains for proper burial. The 2 gentlemen watching over your daughter do not particularly like you, so I advise you not to provoke them. Speaking to anyone about your situation, such as police, FBI, etc., will result in your daughter being beheaded. If we catch you talking to a stray dog, she dies. If you alert bank authorities, she dies. If the money is in any way marked or tampered with, she dies. You will be scanned for electronic devices, and if any are found, she dies. You can try to deceive us, but be warned that we are familiar with law enforcement, countermeasures, and tactics. You stand a 99% chance of killing your daughter if you try to outsmart, 2 words, us. Follow our instructions, and you stand a 100% chance of getting her back. You and your family are under constant scrutiny, as well as the authorities. Don't try to grow a brain, John. You are not the only fat cat around, so don't think that killing will be difficult. Don't underestimate us, John. Use that good Southern common sense of yours. It is up to you now, John. Victory, ! SBTC. Absolutely bizarre. When you read that, other than the obvious, was there anything, if you had a chance to read it and reread it, what jumped out at you?
Well, there's several things that you wonder, what did that mean to the killer? One was the amount of the ransom money request, $118,000. Why not $1 million? Why not, $100,000? Whatever. Why 118? That had some significance to the killer. And then the other, of course, was the beheading concept. That's very you don't think about that as a punishment or a penalty, but yet that's a very common thing nowadays. We read about some of the terrorists and stuff that goes on. So you wonder, well, is it really a terrorist group or terrorist individuals? And that's a common threat they can make. And then, of course, the final thing was SBTC. What does that mean? Victory. That's sign off. So those are kind of the 3 elements in my mind that just didn't make sense.